Yo, what's going on? This is ShanGO Ray, aka Real Deal Ray, your intuition's mouthpiece. When the monkey mind wants to take over and we're doing something different, usually we do the Shangodiacs with Western astrology. This time we're doing, uh, to honor like the whole Lunar New Year and Chinese New Year, we're doing the Chinese Shangodiac. So we're doing animals. Today is for all my rabbits. And I happen to be a rabbit myself, okay? So before we get started, like, share, subscribe, and thrive. Like, share, subscribe, and thrive. And of course, we forgot to mention like, share, subscribe, and thrive, okay? Now, I've already taken the liberty to shuffle, do a little brief meditation here for all my rabbits. And before we get started, please do know right now, there are some of you rabbits who want to bind somebody. You want to draw somebody to you. You want an effective way to use your mental powers in the form of a magic ritual. Then you definitely want to get the 3-day binding class. We take you by the hand, show you how to do the damn thing. It's literally almost virtually impossible to fuck up. We also just dropped the 3-day breakup spell, the world famous 3-day breakup spell. Both of these rituals have been my most popular, which is why I made them into a class for those who want to take the power into their own hands. They don't want to depend on anybody. And, once you learn something, your consciousness expands. And when your consciousness expands, you can't go back to not knowing. So it's better to even have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And when you have that wisdom, that knowledge, you got that tool under your belt. So go check that out. Also, we got the 2020 Secret of My Success oils. We have the 2020 Secret of My Success Prosperity oils, which is fucking on fire. I must tell you, okay? It is hot. It's potent, okay? So if you want to get your money up, provided you're doing things to also make steps to make it easier for money to get to you. That's the whole key. No matter what ritual you're doing, no matter what spells you're doing, you got to make it easier for money to get to you. That also means having other channels for money to get to you, okay? We also have the 2020 Secret of Success Love and Lust oil. So you want to get that magnetic attraction booming. You can use it in love spells. Both of these oils, you can use them also in magic ritual. Besides just anointing yourself daily, you can meditate with them to program the oil, for your intentions. So that way it's, acclimated and it's programmed for you, okay? Or you could just put it on and watch the good things happen, all right? Be somebody. Get your products today at shango-ray.com. And now let's get on to the giddy. So, did a 9-card spread for all you rabbits, okay? And the card in the middle, for a lot of you rabbits, it appears to be, or it's looking like this is going to be the theme, one of the main themes, or something that is really on your chest sometime during the month of February. And we have the 7 of Hearts. And it is reversed, okay? There's something blocking your clarity as it pertains to your emotions. And I'm willing to bet this month is going to have no shortage of either people and or circumstances that are going to be poking you and testing that knowledge, or that testing your emotional intelligence, I guess you could say. Emotional intelligence is, in a lot of ways, one of the most important forms of intelligence that you would want to really cultivate. It would allow you a better understanding of yourself, what makes you tick, why do you get like this, how come I blow up. If you don't know your emotions and somebody else can kind of peep you out, then they can control you. On a mass scale, we call it behavioral engineering, okay? So drink a Corona to that, all right? Or some bat soup, okay? So emotional intelligence, or the lack of it, is going to be one of the main kind of background themes I see running here. But to me, this is an opportunity to learn about yourself and to get to know why you have certain emotions, or why you start to feel like this when that happens, I cannot stress how important that is. There's that fucking famous saying, know thyself. This is a big, huge part of what that means. Okay? So, let's see what else we got going on around here. But on top of things, I see that a lot of you rabbits are also, like I said, taking Papa Shangito's advice. Yeah, roll that up, baby. Taking Papa Shangito's advice, and you are actually starting. You're taking advantage. See, we're in 2020, and some people say that it's a master year, 22, and I can definitely see that. But 22 is a master number for the master builder, and when you add 2 and 2 together, that's obviously 4. 4 is, this year especially, is also really potent, powerful energy around building your new foundations, building your new systems in your life. So that can even refer to habits as well, okay? But I see that you guys, check this shit out. On fire. On fire. Yeah. Look at this card. I love them. New ideas, new forms of income. And this is also referring to new forms of security within a relationship. Now, let me unpack that, what that means as far as how it may mean to you. Some of you rabbits are also looking to get on a certain level with this certain somebody or whatever relationship. Could be various relationships, whatever. You're a rabbit. I know you go jumping around a lot, okay? But getting that understanding between two people, and with that understanding, you can now build security and trust. I see that also going on too. Bingo bango, mucho mango. Okay? Underneath it all, some of you, though, have been feeling the crunch because of your emotions. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you need another excuse to really tap into your emotions, let me give you a little secret, okay? Let me make sure ain't nobody looking, okay? Your emotions are very closely tied to your finances. And if you take a look back at your life, when you've had periods where you were just in a shitty attitude or shitty mood or feeling shitty for a certain amount of time, you would probably notice that your finances also reflected that, okay? So in a way, it's almost like money's like, well, if you're feeling shitty, I'll give you another reason to feel shitty, okay? Either not having it, either losing money, unexpected bills, whatever it is. But underneath it all, there is, well, since we're talking about finances here, you may feel like your finances are unbalanced, and it does sometimes, it can make the future look scary, like, damn, I have, then I have not, and then I have, then I have not, then I have, that type of thing just seems wobbly, just unbalanced, Sometimes some of us go through our lives experiencing, feast and famine, and no middle point where things are cool. Maybe I don't have a huge surplus of cash, but I definitely can go and do certain shit and all my bills are paid, and just, that middle path area. A lot of people strive for that, but I could see that many of you rabbits are going to be experiencing that whole, just that dynamic. But even more importantly here too is it's really time to get clarity on the value that you can provide this world, because when you start providing value, this world will provide you money. Okay, that's the type of value it will give you back. Okay, in exchange for that. This looks like an inside job though, and I think that this is very closely related to that 7 also. Some of you are in situations that got you questioning yourself, got you questioning your abilities, got you questioning even your self-worth. Okay, that's very important to address those. All right. And I could tell actually this ain't new for you either, rabbit. Okay, you wascally wabbit, Because look at, we have the seven of this right here, often always speaks about money problems and how it relates to you and your relationship with money. Because believe it or not, you have a relationship with money. You, albeit maybe it's a bad one, maybe it's an on and off one, maybe it's a great one, but a lot of you have had a lot of problems. And you would be surprised how much things from your past that is stuck in your energetic system, holes in your aura, how these things can affect your money, your ability to make money, and most importantly, your belief in yourself that you actually can. Okay, so anytime you, let me give you a little hint here for any of you, who maybe want to read playing cards. We also got the psychic cartomancy course for that. You can find out, do exactly what I do, and get started and be pretty actually damn, I won't say really adept. It depends on how much you practice, but you get very sharp in 48 hours or less. But the seven always, the seven is a very mystic number, talking about the divine, but I know that I am divine and the divinity is within me. It's not this body, it's not my ego, my personality, it's none of that. Okay, what I really am. Okay, so the seven also speaks about your clarity as it relates to yourself. How much self clarity do you have about yourself? Most of us do not. Most of us are on autopilot, going through the motions, and when I say we're on autopilot, we're operating out of a certain program, and you almost can't deviate from that, or it seems impossible. Some of you rabbits have also been dragging your knuckles, putting your little rabbity paws in the ground, resisting, because some of you, some of you, it looks like you're going through some type of a spiritual initiation as well. Okay. Now, also in February, some of you are going to be offered some form of work, a job, something like that, and you're going to be turning it down. And for another small group, you thought you had a job, right? Or you thought this was going to come through. I feel strongly there's somebody out there, one of you is thought you had a job and you were going to start, and then something happened, it flipped around, it ends up being no. Okay, in those cases, you just got to take that on the chin, go flow with the punch and keep it moving. All right, this is also the card of secrets. And I got to tell you, the secret here is, for a lot of you rabbits, this just in. What is that, Dave? Okay, yeah, all right. This is also the way it's coming through just right now. Some of you rabbits got willful ignorance, meaning you already even know something about yourself, but you've been going, no, 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 I can't hear you. No, 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 no. It's time to chill on that and just face it, accept it. If it's in you, if it's within you, just accept it. You can't change anything until you actually accept it. All right? And this is actually coming out kind of crazy here, but this is talking about, once again, a decision. I feel like this is about a decision that you did not make, which is still making a decision. But this is like a choice between one thing or the other. Do you stay? Do you go? Left or right? Is it on or is it off? That type of situation. And I feel it's not that you're not doing that or that you didn't make it, but for some reason, the fact that you didn't make the choice back when is now coming back to haunt you this month. Okay? What you reap, you shall sow. All right? And not making a choice is still making a choice. And we will reap the effects. I just gleeked a little bit. We will reap the effects off of every single choice that we do, whether we know it or not, whether we acknowledge or not. But this is also coming through too. But I'm being told that this has nothing to do with that particular choice. But there is also something a lot of you rabbits, you've been meaning to do, and it starts with what feels like a gigantic leap, okay? Like that's just what it feels like sometimes just to get started, Especially like let's say if you haven't worked out in a month and you're like today's the day, it feels like you have to jump, until you start getting your momentum, and then it's like more natural and almost automatic. Like this is just something you do. But I will say that this is like a leap of faith. You take an action to do something that you needs to do, and I'm sure that you also have probably known this for a little bit as well, but now I do see you actually doing it, and I want to say that it will work out well for you. Maybe not in the beginning. A lot of times there are learning curves. You know, a lot of people do magic for success of some kind, and they expect just because they did a spell and then they go and start whatever they're doing, that it's just like the highways are just going to open. And, that is so rare that, I would say you should almost expect something to kind of go wrong. Um, or even like, just some type of a setback. The setbacks, the stumbling blocks, all that is a part of success. You can't have the success without those. So don't be so dismayed when that happens, because it's gonna happen. And a lot of times it's really actually for your benefit, because you can actually learn valuable things about your journey along the way if you so choose, if you have the eyes and the ears to actually look and see and hear about what the hell's going on. All right. Now, moving forward, partnership's going to be one of the things for you, all right, to consider. Partnerships. There may also be a friendship that is highlighted this month. It might be an old friend, might be a new friend, but this person is going to be very important to you, and they're going to assist you. You're going to be assisting them too. And by the way, also, I had to just say this. Some of you rabbits need to start exercise. I hate to go back to this, but some of you rabbits need to exercise some boundaries. This is also happening because some of you have kind of just given and given and given and given and really ain't got much back, because A, you're giving to the wrong people, and B, you haven't established boundaries. It's okay to give, it's okay to be like this, but have your boundaries for sake, please, okay? And finally, for those of you, work will definitely. This month is also going to have like a theme of recovery, rest, recuperation. You know what I mean? You're going to find like rehabilitation in a way, which is still work, okay? But I also want to say for those of you who were as far as the work goes, your work will begin. And this is more for the end, towards the end of the month. Your work life will stable out. It'll stable. Okay. If it felt like it wasn't stable, or if it felt like you're not getting it in enough or whatever, your work life's going to stable. Also, some of you are going to be making good progress as far as different health issues are concerned, whether that's an injury, okay, whether that's some form of illness or some type of condition that maybe you were dealing with. You're finally going to get the reins on it. I didn't say you're going to be completely healed of it, but you're going to be making a lot of progress in that. Good progress, all right? So, rabbits, that is your Chinese Shangodiac. I'm out of here. Don't forget to go to shango-ray.com, have a look around, and see how we can best serve you. Peace and blessings.